I normally have a lot of time for a guy called Stefan Molyneux. I think that's how you pronounce his name. A Canadian, I believe. Very insightful, very thoughtful. And he's had an attack at Russell Brand this morning, and he's attacking the wrong person. If you ship your 16-year-old daughter off in a taxi to see someone like Russell Brand, don't be surprised at what actually happens at the end of it. If you want to talk about learning some life lessons, did you learn anything about a mum at that time? I think not. This online protection bill is the beginning, and I keep using the words Gulag Archipelago. It is the beginning. They've bypassed 1984. It's a bit too timid for them. They've gone straight to Gulag Archipelago. If you don't see this coming, read it. People told me for over a decade to read this book. I started reading it, and honestly, it's horrific. I'm laughing because it is so horrific. Does that sound stupid? Yeah, of course it does, because you can't take it in. But it's going to happen, and none of us are going to be laughing when it happens. And it happens a little bit at a time. It's that slippery slope. This, thank goodness, Rumble replied it the way that they did. The rest of them are capitulating. They are the brown shirts. They are. Well, it's not even brown shirts. It's communism, and it's beyond what we think communism is. Yes, we all want from the ones that have to the ones that need. Yes, it all sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But that's not the bit that we end up with communism. We end up with the gulags. We end up with oppression. We end up with millions, if not billions, of people starving to death, eating your own babies, eating every blade of grass that you see. You can't comprehend that because we've grown up boomers who have made the world peaceful, if you like. Oh, and we keep getting slagged off for it because somehow it made the houses expensive. Yeah, because they all threw away their inheritances. Well, not all of us had a great time. I'm a boomer, just mine, but I'm a boomer and I don't have a great time of it. We just got on with it, and all of my kids now own houses. Where's the problem? You keep hearing this stuff, but it's from people who are just too bloody lazy to go out and get a damn job. That's what it is. Stop listening to the fruitcakes in society, and definitely go against governments that think it's absolutely fine to shut down any voice of dissent, any of them. Oh, they'll throw the far-right extremist thing at you. What about the far left? They're the ones that are doing damage. They're the ones that are literally... Female genital mutilation used to be a huge thing. I remember signing petitions about it, trying to stop it. It was just culturally a thing in Africa. You have to get rid of all of this stuff. And they're embracing it. Oh, cut a boy's willy off. It's absolutely fine. No, it bloody isn't. You're all nuts. Well, again, I keep getting back to the bit where what we're going to do about it. If we don't do something about it now, when it literally just takes a letter or something to your MP, a phone call, a few petitions, complain, write a few things on YouTube, write in the comment section. If you disagree with me, write in and say, and I'll have a discussion about it. Most of the people on the left, of course, never want a discussion about it. And if they do, it's only to get their warped viewpoint across, because they think, oh, well, I'll be able to write this out. I know, I was a lefty, I know what you do. Because we did it. When you're young, you're stupid. You don't think. You think, because you didn't have enough in there to actually rationalise the things that you were thinking about. It's gone a bit Stefan Molyneux itself there. But it's only when you get older that you actually understand what your parents were trying to do, what your grandparents were trying to do. It's very, very difficult to live a life where you never do anything wrong. And yeah, I've got to say, Russell Brand was an absolute sleazebag. I never liked him. I never signed up for his website. But the principle is, this is the guy who was exposing Big Pharma, who was exposing WEF. World depopulation, YouTube cannot stop me saying that because it's on the WF website. Not let's just stop reproducing. It's world depopulation. You know what that means? Depopulation. How do you depopulate the world? Oh yeah, Russell Brand was onto it all right. Assisted by all the people who aren't onto it. Ask yourself, why aren't you onto it? Hell, there's enough people now telling you. Why? Because it's too big a concept. You can't take it in. You don't want to take it in. But it's coming, and you have no option. The only option that you do have is to complain about it now. Defend the principle, if not the person. I'm not saying go and defend Russell Brand. I can't defend Russell Brand, but I can defend what he's turned into now. Now he's questioning all these things. He's learned. Yeah, maybe he could have learned beforehand, but he's learned. People do learn, and they change for the better. But if you're stuck in it and you're not changing, you're one of the bad guys. You literally are that sketch where the Nazis were. Are we the bad guys? Yes, you are the bad guys. This is reality now. You need to change. Things are going to get really bad. And probably if this online bill thing goes through, it's open season on every citizen, especially in the UK. And I can guarantee it's only certain citizens that they're going to use it on. Look at that woman, look at her husband. See what they represent? It's horrendous.